Hey, welcome to my channel and to another weigh-in. Let me first say, I am establishing my dominance. The bees have been in the back. I can see them through my kitchen window. It is that time of year. I just want them to know right quick who their queen is. That goes for that mockingbird too. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all about them mockingbirds. If I don't forget, I'm going to tell y'all about them mockingbirds. We're going to talk about this weigh-in first. Let me get my paper. So I've done had 2 weeks of good weigh-ins. So this week, not so much. But we will talk about it. I weighed in at 321.8 for a gain of 7.4. And that puts me back down to 55.3. Now, I feel like I have let y'all down because I know I'm not, I feel like I should inspire you to do better, not come on here and be all sucky. I don't know a better word at the moment to think, but I'm not perfect. And if you're expecting me to be perfect, you might as well move along to another channel. And I'm going to warn you, you're not going to find that channel. Nobody is perfect. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care how they act. I don't care what they portray. Nobody is perfect in life, in weight loss, in nothing. Nobody. So don't expect me to be. But I do wish I had done better, and it's all my fault. Now, 7 pounds. I don't know about that. I went back through my journals and found, because I keep, ever since I started, I keep it in my paper, my book journal, every week. What I weighed, what it was, where I'm at. I counted, and this is over 5 pounds because I gain big and I lose big. There's been a couple times I've gained like 12. There's one time I saw there I lost 14. That's not normal. I don't think 7 pounds is normal, even for what I did this week. But I have 24 times over the past 4 years, 24 times I've gained over 5 pounds. 33 times I've lost over 5 pounds, and a lot of those are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, all the numbers. Now, well, I did put down here over 10 pounds was 5 each. I had gained it 5 times and lost 5 times, over 10 pounds. Those are not normal numbers. So I don't think 7 pounds is a normal number, even though I ate out twice last weekend. I ate cake. I ate cake 2 times. I didn't eat it 3 times like I thought I would. But I ate out twice. And here's what. Y'all know I'm with Whataburger. Well, because David and RJ's been working on that ramp. It's taken them a little while. Just they've run into some problems. There's that mockingbird. Okay. He flew right up in front of me, right there on the edge of that. Okay. I'm just not trying to have that. There's a nest in that tree, definitely. So, anyway, where was I before he got me flustered? Oh, they're working on that deck. Saturday and Sunday, they was here all day. Monday was just a part of a day. No. Monday. Maybe it was Sunday and Monday. Anyway, we only ate out 2 days. So that first day, David was like, you don't need to cook. You don't need to cook lunch and dinner. So I'm not going to argue. Bless his heart, he's always looking out for me because he says I don't need to do, this, that, or the other. I ain't gonna argue. You think I'm gonna argue? I ain't. So we had Whataburger. And then the next day, we had McDonald's. So I had Whataburger one day and McDonald's the next day. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Not counting snacks, I have 21 meals in 7 days. 3 meals a day. I have breakfast, I have lunch, and I have supper. I have various snacks in between. Out of 21 meals, because all those other meals, I promise you I stayed on track. I stayed on what I had planned. I stayed on what was on plan. I stayed on track. So out of 21 meals, I ate 2 meals that I shouldn't have. So 19 meals I ate what I should have eaten, and 2 meals I didn't. And then some cake. Does that equal 7 pounds? That's what I'm telling you. When I gain, I gain. I think there's something. When I first started, I eat out, and this ain't no lie. This ain't no lie. I was on Simply Feeling, and I got my 49 points a week, which I ain't been tracking and count points. Maybe that's part of it too. I've just been, of course, the past 2 weeks that I've lost, I hadn't tracked or counted points. I've just been watching what I've eating the right things and eating not as much of them. When I first started Simply Feeling 4 years ago, I counted my 49 points, and I had a splurge meal every single weekend. Every single Saturday night we ate out. That is the honest truth. And I lost weight consistently. So nowadays, not so much. When I have eaten out one time, I think there was 1 week I ate out one time and I gained 10 pounds that week. So I think there's something to do with that whole inflammation, that whole restaurant food, fast food. I think there's something about that just don't sit right with my body. So while I agree I earned a gain, I'm going to sit here again and say it. I've said it before, when I gained these big amounts, I don't think I earned 7 pounds. I really do not. Yeah, I don't think, yesterday, I don't think it was from yesterday, because I don't think you can eat one day and gain it the next. I don't think that's how it works. I think it has to, come on. But I ate my feelings yesterday because I got on those scales. I was up even more yesterday than I was this morning. Like 2 pounds more. Because every day you weigh something different. If you don't weigh every day, you don't know. But I promise you, if you're weighing once a week, you weigh something different every day. And the one that counts just happens to be that's your weighing. That's your weighing day. Anyway, where was I going? Oh, I was down about it yesterday, and I pretty much threw in the towel yesterday. I did. I was like, oh, well, you already gained that much. What's the big deal? Why not? I ate all day. I ate all day. Like I was going to the electric chair. I ain't lying. Ate my feelings. This morning, I woke up and I'm just like, it's like the walk of shame. Y'all know that walk of shame. Some of y'all don't know that walk of shame. When y'all being somewhere y'all wasn't supposed to be doing something y'all wasn't supposed to be doing, and the next morning you had to leave in the light of day after you did what you did in the dark. The walk of shame. I was doing it this morning, and I'm back on the straight and narrow. But I just had that day yesterday, and considering it's been, oh my gosh, I really cannot remember the last time I did something like that. I can't. One of the things was tater chips, because we was having tater chips with our hot dogs and hamburgers. Well, I got into them tater chips because we only had our little serving, and that's what we had. So I got into them tater chips, and I went to town. I got into the nuts. I made some pudding. It was terrible. It was terrible. Anyway, I'm back at it today. I ain't fell off no wagon. I ain't drug it in no ditch. I ain't set it on fire except for that one day. I don't count going off the wagon those 2 days that I ate out. It just so happened I didn't say no. I didn't fall off no wagon for breakfast. I didn't fall off no wagon for supper. I just didn't say no to lunch. I didn't say no to anything healthier. I didn't say no to any other better choices. But I'm going to sit here and tell you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, I've been on plan because I was on plan the rest of the day. That don't make me on plan the whole day. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you I was on plan. Oh, there's a nice kitty cat. Don't come over here peeing. Oh, David had one pee up in his truck, the truck that got wrecked several years ago. The back glass left open. You know, on the trucks, they have those little sliding glasses in the back. He left it open, and a cat got up in there and peed in his truck. We like to never got it out. Let me give you a hint. Then we'll finish talking about this, and we're gonna talk about good stuff. Let me give you a hint. For cat pee, you know that smell. If you get it in carpet, anything, go to the pool supply section and get pH down. It has to be pH down. Mix a little bit in some water and spray it on that cat smell. Takes it right out. Takes it right out. My mama learned that because she's a cat lady. She learned that many years ago. It takes it right out. Now, it's a big investment up front to get a bag, but it'll last you for probably the rest of your life. But if you do have cats that have accidents, or if you get one up in your vehicle, you know, now I ain't never sprayed it around the house. We had one that used to come up here and spray the pee on the house, somewhere around this house, because you walk out the front door and you smell it. And we couldn't figure out what he was peeing on. So I ain't never sprayed it like on like the yard or nothing like that, but I imagined it would work. I imagine it would, but listen. Anyway, I was telling you, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, I was on plan. I just happened to eat out. That don't mean I was not on plan. So, that's what I did this week. 7.4. It is what it is. That's all I know to tell you. So, let me tell you about my doctor. I went, I don't know what day that was. Anyway, she wants me to go on this one diabetes medicine that you got to give yourself a shot in the stomach. Well, my endocrinologist had told me I could take that. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't give myself a shot in the stomach. I can't do it. And she told me, she said, I think you can. She said, the needle is like a hair. She says, it's like the size of a hair. She said, it's 1/8 of a quarter. And that's how she said it. So I'm like, well, I'll try. Well, she tried this one. You know, I'll just be staring at these birds. The birds and the bees. They are not my friends. She said, I think you can do it. I'm like, I'll try. So she tried for this one. It's a new medicine. And it's double the dose of the old ones, I guess you would say. And my insurance denied it. It was going to be $1,000 for a month. And I wrote her back. I said, we won't be trying that one, because she was just sending it in to see if insurance would cover it before she prescribed one of the other ones. And so I told her I wouldn't. She said, well, she didn't want to step on the toes of my endocrinologist, so find out from him if it was okay. And then if it's okay to stop, because I'm on 2 diabetes pills right now, two medicines. And she said, maybe you can stop those if you take this one. I'm like, oh, well, I like the sound of that. He said, I got my message back from him yesterday. He said, yes, I could take it, and if to monitor my blood sugars really closely, and if they got too low, I could come off of the first medicine, and then being off of that one, if they were still too low, I could come off the second medicine. So I'm not hoping for low blood sugar, but I'm hoping it's low enough I can come off them pills. I would love to swallow less pills, I'll tell you that. I take so many pills in the day. Oh, I've got to where I just chunk them all down. Sometimes they get stuck in my throat. Okay, so I remember this one time, speaking of a pill, oh, it was how many years back? A lot of years. I was taking my pills, and it felt like one got stuck in my throat, and it was raw, and it was rubbing. I was like, that pill is stuck in my throat, and I kept beating myself on the back. It wouldn't come loose. So I got my massager, and because I was trying to jiggle it. It made me throw up. I literally threw up. I guess I just jiggled myself too much. Come to think, after it happened, the pill wasn't stuck. It had just rubbed my throat and made a raw spot, because I'm like, common sense tells you a pill's going to dissolve while it's sitting back there in your throat. So, I learned my lesson. Oh, okay, oh. If this is going to be every week, we're going to start talking back in the room. I'll just tell you right there, he better have them babies, and they better fly that nest quickly. Yeah. As my mama used to say, yeah. I was watching this TikTok. He's getting closer. Y'all hear him? He's running across the top of the house. Oh my God, he's right there. Oh, he landed on the rail of my porch. My steps are right there. My steps are right there. He was on that railing. I got to put this coffee cup down and get that fly swat. So I seen this TikTok, and I don't know if you know anything about TikTok, but they stitch. Like you'll find one TikTok that you want to add to, and so you add your part to it, and that's called a stitch. Well, somebody had stitched it, and this guy was saying all Southern mamas be like walking around, and this woman stitched in. She goes, well, there's one, and I'm from the South. I am from the South my whole life. There's one that you have forgotten that is the most important one, and that is oh my gosh, I didn't want to do it loud to wake up the whole neighborhood. I'm like, you are 110% correct. My mama, I raised on. I think that's the one she did, not here. She went. I did that to my kids. I did it to Jacob the last month. He was over here going for the garbage can. I said, but you got to get a loud crank on it. Oh, that was funny. Because it was true. Listen, TikTok, there's some clever people on TikTok, let me tell you. Lord, I almost forgot to tell you about that blasted mockingbird. So, whatever day that was, Saturday, the first day they was starting on the porch. Well, the porch, it's like a little deck with a ramp coming off of it. That's what it's taking them so long. And I heard that familiar sound of the mockingbird squawking. And next thing you know, here come what appeared to be a hawk, big long wingspan, flying towards us from the neighbor's yard with like 3 or 4 mockingbirds trailing it. Just squawking the whole way. So I don't know where it went. Then the next thing you know, it comes swooping right back by us. The same thing. They're still on his tail. He landed near a pecan tree. He just so happened, there's like a bald spot where the limbs are not covering. He just so happened to go up through that bald spot and land on a limb where I could see him up in there. Those mockingbirds were flogging him. They were flogging him. I'm like, and he just sit there and let them do it. Eventually, he flew off, flew to another tree, and it got to where I couldn't see, but then mockingbirds were right behind him. So I guess he made the mistake of flying up in a tree where there was I am so sorry but I'm gonna tell you what, if he comes up here and starts pecking me, because y'all have told me, several of y'all told me last time that y'all have, your daughter has been attacked, your pets have been attacked, that them mockingbirds are mean. So yeah, he's got me spooked. So listen, I was sitting here the other night, 2 nights ago I think it was, and I fell asleep. Okay, so listen, David goes to work. He tries to leave by 20 till 9. Sometimes as soon as he hits the door, I'm out, because I've already got on my chair, got my little blanket, because you know we finished supper. As soon as we finish supper, I fill up my water glass, I go to the bathroom, I get in my chair and pull up my blanket, and I'm ready for the night. Well, I said something about how long you think I'm gonna stay awake. I think I'm gonna try to make it tonight. He said something funny. I don't know what it was. Anyway, we was laughing. I'm like, I'll show you. I sat there. I said, I'll text you and tell you. He's just laughing. He's like, okay, whatever. I sat there and forced myself to stay awake till 9 o'clock. And I texted him and said, I made it. I don't even think I got that text out of my fingertips. I went sound asleep. Used to be, I would hear stuff like texts and stuff like that, little things in my sleep, but now I don't. But this, I heard this. It was probably, I'd been asleep just a little over an hour. It was like a little after 10 o'clock, and I heard a crash. And it sounded like something at my kitchen window. It wasn't like because we have these little things stuck to the shower wall, the little suction hangers that I got like a little spongy on a stick, and he's got a soap thing. Sometimes they fall, and so they just make a thud. Well, you recognize that thud. So I heard this, and it was more like a kind of sound. I sit up in my chair, and you know how you sit there and you look around? Like somebody outside gonna see you if you move. So you sit there and you do that little clock. What's that little clock with the black kitty cat with the tail? And I sit there and I immediately had to go to the bathroom. It scared me that bad. So I creep into the bathroom with the light off and do my business. Come back out. I'm listening. I'm just listening. I didn't get the gun yet because I didn't hear nothing else. I went and looked out the window to make sure wasn't nobody getting in the building. And I didn't hear nothing. I thought, well, maybe it was the ice maker. And when you woke up, you were just still groggy enough you couldn't really tell what the sound was, because I really couldn't. So I convinced myself it was the ice maker. Well, yesterday, because Holly and the baby were coming, and I wanted to vacuum in the living room before he come, when I went in the closet in the middle room to get the vacuum cleaner, I've got these, you remember the old Tupperware ice cream holders? Well, they were made the same as those little lunch boxes that had the little snap-on handle, and inside were like 3 whatever different sizes that fit inside to put your lunch in to carry. Y'all remember that? Well, I got a red one, and I got 2 like tan ones. The red one's got the handle, but not the inside things. But what I have in those is my mama's and her mama's jewelry. Some of it's costume, some of it's kind of real. I don't know, but it's all their jewelry. It's not jewelry that I cut up to do crafts with. It's jewelry that I have saved. Well, one of those, the one on the top, I have them stacked up in the closet, in the top of the closet. One of them had fell off, and that was that big noise because it's full of jewelry. Now you tell me how that thing slid off when they're stacked up there so nice and neat. I don't know about all that. I ain't saying I got no ghosts, but I ain't saying that. Don't let me call that up. Listen, no. So, I don't think I know nothing else. Listen, I'll tell you what. I can't figure out what kind of house they building over here. What they did was they built the little foundation, bricked it. It's a small little house, which I can tell the front is pointing this way because there's like a little small porch area jutted out. They built it and then they backfilled it with dirt all the way to the top. Then yesterday, the man, because I was sitting out here just relaxing, having some coffee, the truck came and delivered plumbing pipe, the big white pipe. So they were over there pulling the plumbing up, and they had a little, like, whatever you call it, I don't know if it's a backhoe, Sebastian would know, digging the dirt out and putting it on the sides so they can pull the plumbing up through the dirt. And so I told David, I don't understand why did they not pull the plumbing up and then put the dirt in. Instead, they just made more work for themselves. Put the dirt in, take the dirt out, put the dirt back. I don't know, I don't build houses, but I ain't never seen it. He said they're gonna pour a slab on top of that. That don't sound like that would work, because it's not packed down. It's just dirt sitting there. It don't seem like it would work to me. That's not how these houses over here was built. These houses over here was built on the slab. The slab was built and then the house was built around it. I don't know. I ain't no contractor, so I don't know these things, but it seems kind of strange. It's interesting sitting here watching, seeing what's going on, though. I'll tell you that much. Somebody asked me, was I the neighborhood watch? No, because I don't talk to my neighbors. They don't talk to me. I don't talk to them. We just sit down here on our little corner. But I do like to see what's going on in my neighborhood. If something's going on, I like to watch it. I mean, why not? It's going on in my surroundings. I need to know. So I need to know how them houses are born. How them houses are built. Oh, there's the man must be coming to load up that piece of equipment because he's got his empty trailer. I don't know. They're getting them an early start today. It's because it's early out here today. I come out here as soon as it got daylight. It got daylight about, I asked Alexa, I think she said 6:12. She was on the other one. Listen, does it aggravate y'all? See, y'all have seen my videos. You know my kitchen and my living room is all one big open area. Well, I have an Alexa in my kitchen because that's where I ask her about, when I'm cooking, measurements, just all kind of stuff I ask her in my kitchen. That's where I set my timers for my cooking, all kind of stuff. She's very handy in the kitchen. Well, then I also have one in the living room. That's where we just ask her. Listen, the other week we was watching the race, and I had read an article that somebody, which I don't remember who, has surpassed Dale Earnhardt Jr. as the richest And I don't know how Dale Earnhardt Jr. got to be the richest guy in that NASCAR. That didn't make sense to me, but whatever. And so then I got to thinking, well, I wonder how much this person is worth and this person. So we were sitting there watching the race, asking Alexa, well, how much is so-and-so net worth? Well, how much is so-and-so's net worth? She's a wealth of knowledge, I'll tell you that. But this is what aggravates me. I'll be talking to the one in the kitchen, right there, in the kitchen, and the one in the living room answers me. What is that about? Like, girl, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your sister. Don't pipe in. Pipe down. I don't get it. So, anyway, that's pretty much all I know. I guess they'll get that rant finished. I don't know. David didn't work on it yesterday. He had a chiropractor appointment. His wrist really been bothering him. I'll tell you what. I appreciate everything he's doing for me out there because his wrist is bothering him. And he's quitting early when the first day they worked. And I had mentioned to RJ, I said, now, you know you'll be here till dark. He goes, I know. It ain't my first time because he knows how David is. If David's working on a project, he's not coming in till dark. Well, when they quit, like 5 o'clock, whatever, I knew he wasn't feeling good because that is not him. He is, and has always been, a work till dark kind of guy. Whatever he's doing, he works until the last minute that he can't work anymore. So when he came in early, I knew he wasn't feeling good. And so they've not been working full days on it. And they had to start from the beginning of it. I mean, they didn't have no, he knew in his mind how he wanted to make it, but until they got out there and started measuring and then, figuring up, because it's like a mini deck with a ramp coming off of it, because he wanted to make sure there was room, like that's where we bring in appliances and furniture, and he wanted to make sure there's room, to like maybe back up and twist or however he needed to do it. Something good and sturdy, not just a ramp coming straight out from the back door. So RJ worked with him the 2 days, but like I was saying, I had to go get it, because I can't get up and down these front steps. I can get down them, which I went down the other day, and after I hit that first step, I regretted it. I'm like, this is a mistake, but I kept going. I should have tried to back up, is what I should have done. But I have a prescription ready. She's given me a prescription for pain. It's not a pain pill. It's an antidepressant that has been approved for pain, because what I'm taking for my restless legs, I've maxed out. What I'm taking for my neuropathy, I've maxed out. And my legs are still killing me. So she said, well, let's try that. I'm like, okay, let's try that. It could take a month to start working. But I wanted to get it. Insurance wouldn't pay for it for whatever reason. So she shopped around on the GoodRx and found it for me for $9 up at a Food Line. I just had to go to the next little town. Not too far. 20 minutes or so, I don't know. Not bad. But that's where I had to go to get it, so that's where I had to go to get it. I went in, I've been in that Food Line before. I hadn't been in it in years and did not realize they had a pharmacy. I walked in, I looked to the left, I looked to the right, I looked to the left, I looked to the right. I'm like, asking this little girl. He don't ever look over here to wave at me, so I ain't waving at him. That little girl at the register, she was putting some stuff on in between. She wasn't at a register, so I didn't, like interrupt in on nothing. She was like putting some merchandise out or something. I said, excuse me, honey. I said, can you tell me where the pharmacy is at? She turned around, she says, right there. She was very sweet. And I looked on the wall with these humongous, not little, humongous letters that said pharmacy. I'm like, oh, you mean right there where it says pharmacy? She started laughing and I started laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, seriously? I looked right at it. Anyway, so I want to go get that. So I told RJ, I said, you're going to have to help me back up them steps, right? Oh my Lord, have mercy. I told him, I said, I know why I growed you big. Because I needed you to get me up these steps. Because he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Strong as an ox. I'm telling you what. He practically pulled me. Oh, gee. He practically pulled me up them steps. So I told David, I said, I ain't leaving this house again until you get that ramp fixed. Because there's no way he could get me up. With his gout, he would try. But I weigh more than him. I mean, a lot more than I weigh a good 100 pounds more than him. He's 6'2". Ain't that crazy? I don't feel like I do, but I do. I'm solid. I mean, I'm fat. Don't get me wrong. I'm jiggly, but I'm solid too. So I ain't leaving this house. I'm stuck. I am stuck till that ramp is through. But he didn't work yesterday. That's what I was telling you. He didn't work yesterday because he had that chiropractor's appointment, and it was just too late to get started on it. So he might start on it some today. He said there's part of it he can do without RJ, and then RJ's gonna come back this weekend because he goes Saturday and Sunday. But he goes Saturday to get Sebastian, and then he'll come back over here Sunday to help him, and then of course Sebastian will stay here and play. Listen, Jacob, yesterday we took his 9-month picture. He's 9 months old. She had bought him this 2 t-shirt. It said Mama's Boy. I'm gonna tell you what, it was not that big on him that you would say, oh, that shirt's way too big. It was just like a little loose fitting shirt. That boy is big. He is a chunky little baby. I never would have thought he would have grown so much, but he is so chunky. Oh my gosh. And the sweetest thing, he's the sweetest little baby. Oh my gosh. He just grins. I miss him when he's not here. You know I miss Sebastian, and I cry about it all the time. I can cry about missing Jacob when he's not here. I mean, I get to see him like once a week. I'll get to see him. They're coming over. Her and her mother-in-law are coming over Sunday to use the cricket. Her mother-in-law's, they're going somewhere this weekend to have like a Christmas in July, but so they're doing it in June because that's when it worked out for everybody. But their family is from, I think, Illinois, and so Kentucky, somewhere's in Kentucky was like halfway for them and them down here. So they're going to Kentucky. Y'all gonna stay in some big house anyway. She wanted to come over here and make some coffee cups. So she bought the vinyl, and I'll just, show them how to do it. I'm gonna let them do it because I ain't gonna be responsible for messing up nobody's gift. No. I'll design it, make sure it's the right size, show her how to do it. No sirree, Bob. I still haven't got around to making my monogram cup, which I really want to make because I think it'd be pretty in that Flaherty vinyl. So anyway, that's all I know. We shall speak another time. So that's my abysmal way in. I ain't gonna beat myself up over it. I did what I did. I own what I did. I'll tell you what, I won't be doing it this weekend. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't say no. No, I do know why I didn't say no, because I didn't want to say no. I wanted to eat out. It has been so long, because we like a McDonald's. I like a Big Mac. I just like a Big Mac. I can't help it. I like a Big Mac. Hadn't had a Big Mac in, oh my gosh, many moons. I mean many moons. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna get a Big Mac. I could have got something else. I could have got a kid's meal or something. I could have still partaken. Is that a word? Partaken? What's the word? Neither one of them sounds like a word. Neither one of them do. I still could have eaten with them and gotten something better, but I didn't want to, and I didn't. I didn't want to eat anything better than Whataburger. I wanted Whataburger, so I ate Whataburger. So 7 pounds, I don't think it was 7 pounds worth. But that's how when I gain like that, I mean I gain. I have these big gains and I have these big losses. I told you how many. That's just how my body do things. So that's it. That's all I know about it. Is I ate it, I gained it. It happened. Now I could lose 6 pounds this week because that's how it works. I could gain again. Eating everything I'm supposed to eat on plan, I could gain again. I don't know. I do know this. I got to get back to weighing and measuring and tracking. I'm just kind of, which, see, here's the thing. This and my leg's going to sleep. Hold on, I gotta swat something. I'm not sure what that was, but he did not belong on my stool. Here's the thing. If I'm not weighing and measuring and tracking and I'm losing weight, which I did the past 2 weeks, then I think, well, why should I start now? Well, I know I should start because I don't think that's, I mean, I could be wrong. I could be, hitting on something because I'm trying to eat anti-inflammatory foods, which are whole foods, and just adding that little, I told you I'm doing that 90-10. That's what we talked about when I first started this. I said, Ro was telling me how the doctors say 90%, 80%. I said, well, I'm going the 90%. I'm going trying to 90-10. So that's what I've been trying to do. I ain't writing it down on paper trying to calculate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching things that are not whole foods, that are not full of preservatives, because that's the part the doctor said to stay away from, was the preservatives. That's the main part. School bus, that's the main part she said to stay away from, was the preservatives. So that's what I'm trying to do. But there's still going to be preservatives in my life. That's just going to be. So I guess that's it. Queen Bee signing out. I'll see you in my next video.